YouTube. And hi guys, we are live. Whoa, we've got people. Holy crap.
Already?
Look
Oh,
at
nice.
us. I mean, I knew Star was going to join, but like we got a group. I'm not used to that anymore.
Wow.
Hi everybody. It's really exciting to see everybody here because it's been a little while since we've had a crowd, but this is quite the chapter, so understandable.
Mhm.
There's gonna be a little bit of freaking out once we get to that point later on.
Oh boy.
It's the point everyone knows that we're talking about.
Literally, people here for our reaction to it. We'll get there. We'll get there. I swear. How many people do we have? We gotta swap over to. Whoa, we have 11 people, guys.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
No, we're at 11.
Crazy.
And an active chat. Oh my
Pressure's
gosh.
on.
Pressure is on everybody. We've gotta be actual
We've
streamers
got
this
the
time.
actual perform this time.
Okay, well, that's a crowd. That's plenty enough of a crowd, and I think we can probably just get into it then.
Yeah.
Oh god, YouTube catching up with this. It's just showing me the spike in activity. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Otaku Imi. You know who I am.
I'm Cafe Random Hanako.
And I'm Ness.
And, oh god, newest chapter, 105. Wow, that happened. And we're gonna be here to talk about it.
Best chapter in a while.
True.
Like, the last couple chapters were good, but this one, that same spike of activity you were talking about, yeah, there's a spike in this chapter.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But we'll get there. We'll get there. For those of you that haven't been here in a long time, because apparently there's a few, we usually do this at a different time of day. We're just going to summarize the chapter, talk about the things that stood out to us. You know what we're talking about. And once we reach the end of the summary, we will open it up for the chat to ask us questions, and we'll talk about whatever questions you have, basically, that we didn't address during the summary itself. But first things first, does anybody remember what our predictions were last chapter?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, me neither, because we definitely didn't predict this.
No way in
I
hell
can't
we
think
would
about
have
anything else.
predicted this.
Not a chance. I think. Oh, I'm trying to remember what happened last chapter. It was all the activity. Oh yeah, the
It was all the
supernatural
setup.
stuff.
And
Supernatural
then
stuff started happening, and then there was like all the Minamotos doing stuff everywhere, and I think
and
we
it ended on
probably did guess at least that we were gonna see what Hanako and Nene were gonna be up to. But other than that, I doubt we covered
I think we
anything.
guessed that we were going to see some of the actual play.
Oh yeah,
I think.
we did
But
not
that
see
didn't
that.
happen.
The play is not happening yet. That I'm not sure the play is ever happening. But yeah, since we can't remember what was going on there, we can jump right into the summary, I suppose. You guys ready?
Yeah,
I
I'm ready.
guess. Ready as hell for P.
All right, so we start off with this nice little panel here, this nice drawing. This cover page with Natsuhiko putting a necklace around Sakura, and I'm trying to figure out if she's actually smiling or not. Like, she looks sad, but at the same time, she looks like she doesn't mind it. And now that it's on a bigger screen, she doesn't look like she's smiling as much as she did before.
It doesn't look like she's smiling, but she's letting him do it, clearly. She's not mad. She's just got her typical blank Sakura face.
Yeah. I thought this was a little cute cover page.
It sure is.
Although it's
a real
really
cute
dark,
cover page.
given the implications, and that these people are very bad people. But whatever, we can just ignore that.
I love the little caption. As long as I'm with you, I will go anywhere. And I'm like, okay, Natsuhiko, okay.
So we start with a review of the clock's rumor. So they say, haven't you heard about the school mystery number one, the clock keepers? Somewhere in this academy, there is a massive clock, and this clock controls the academy's time itself. So if you move this clock, you'll be allowed to bend the school's time to your will. But for those who touch the clock without permission, the clock will, and then we just left off.
I wonder if that would really limit what you can do with that, because if you can manipulate time, the implication is that you could go back many years, but all you're manipulating is like a physical clock, and imagine it would be really inconvenient to go back or forward more than a few hours.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Genshin's little clock system, right? And you're spinning, a spinning, a spinning, a spinning.
Oh shoot. Something just came to me. I'll save that for later down after the
Okay.
summary. Um, so we're back to the musical, or the musical that should have been a musical. Only thing is that everyone's setting up, everyone's talking, things are exciting, but we go back to Nene and she says something is off, and I think we all know what's off. So Hanako but see that says, "You mean the outfit is off?"
It is quite the outfit. I don't know how they made that outfit, but that is most realistic tornado you could have made in a school
Uh-huh.
play. Top points for
Like all the
costume
effort,
design.
all
Yeah.
the effort went into that tornado. I know that.
Tornado's the real
But
star of the show, after all.
mhm, mhm. But Nene notices that there's no one in the audience, and
No,
you
there's one
know,
girl in the audience. What's she talking
well,
about? Look, you look through the curtain and there's the one girl who's sitting there on her
that
phone.
that one girl's an NPC. She doesn't matter. But not Lemon butts in and it's not just the audience. Some of our classmates were, supposed to be in the play. They aren't here as well. Even the lead role, um, they're not here. The lead role is Aoi, right?
No, the lead role is someone else, apparently. Hanazashi. I don't know who that is. It's an NPC. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
NPC. Okay, NPC number two.
I'm surprised, though, because I thought Aoi was supposed to be the lead.
Yeah.
Maybe she turned it down. Did we miss that?
That would make sense.
It would make sense if she turned it down.
Mhm. So they said that it makes sense for Akane not to be here because his student council is busy and he's supposed to be the lights guy, but everyone else, that's really sus. So
I wish they'd actually said that. I want the translation to be like, this is
Sus.
real sus.
but Nene tries to call Aoi, and then this is where things start to get dark. We know
Flashbacks.
TVHK gets dark. So this sticky liquid starts to drip down on her face, and she wipes it off. It's red, and nobody else notices that, but they notice that the clock is bleeding. But obviously, normal people won't think that a clock is bleeding. They'll think, oh, red paint, it must be a prank.
Besides, there's so much of it. Like, imagine being in a
Yeah.
school and you look up and it's just this like massive like wave of red stuff dripping from a clock. You're not gonna think, oh, body,
Blood.
that's blood, clearly.
None of us will think that a clock is bleeding. That's ridiculous. But anyways, Hanako wipes the blood off of Nene's face. I thought was a little cute, cute thing right there.
Little
Mhm.
claw.
Just appreciating it.
It's cute
So-
and also ominous because you can see the look on Hanako's face and he's like,
Yeah. hmm But he says that he sensed something pretty bad behind the clock, like a bunch of dead people. And Nene says, huh? He says, wait here, I'll go and check it out. And at this point, I was just like, Hanako, there is no way in hell you will separate from the main group again. No way. Not after literally the separation arc. No way.
You need
Um,
supervision.
So so Nene's separation anxiety acts up and she says, no way, I'm coming with you. There are literally dead bodies behind the clock and they
Nene's
ignored the fact
separation
that
anxiety. I do think the way
She-
Hanako phrased this is kind of interesting, though. He says there's a bunch, it feels like there were a bunch of dead people back there, which is like, Natsu?
Yeah.
Not what's your power, Natsu? You kind of described it. What's going on? Why does one person's blood feel like a lot of dead people?
That's true.
How many people were sacrificed so that Natsuhiko could have his immortality?
Well, I guess it all just comes back to one thing, Natsuhiko sus.
True.
True. Okay.
But Nene, she says the right thing and she says, "I'm coming with you." So now Lemon is saying, "Okay, I'll go behind the clock and get us some kind of scoop." Everyone is just looking at each other. How is this guy so brave? And then we realize that it's not any noble intentions. He just wants to go viral on TikTok.
They're not looking at each other like, why is he so brave? They're like, what's this idiot doing? That's the look on their faces. I love the girl with the mushroom cap on her head. She's got this like dead look, like half
Oh yeah, you're
disgusted.
right.
Like
You're right. You're very right. So yeah, he just wants to go viral on TikTok. So we'll let him do his thing, right?
Yamabuki
So
would be someone who's trying to go viral on TikTok.
he will be the first person on TikTok.
Dude, ever.
Ever. Yamabuki's the first one before it was cool.
So he's trying to move the door. He says it's pretty heavy, but he manages to get it open, and he comes face to face with some morphed human being.
I think it's your
with-
teacher.
It
Yeah,
looks like it.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm
pretty
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I can't remember if this happened in the spin-off or in the main manga, but didn't Yaki, what's her name again?
Yako, you had it right.
Yako.
It's Yako.
Yeah, didn't she have some sort of interaction with this guy?
Yeah, that was in the spin-off. Yeah.
That's in spin-off.
hmm
Like she has a crush on him or something. I'm not sure. I don't
It's
remember.
because he looks like
Oh yes,
her
Misaki.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Misaki.
you're right. And then that's it for lemon. I will pronounce lemon dead from now on, so we all can just no more lemon. Sorry guys.
I don't know.
First true death.
I think
He's gone. He's never coming back.
No, we need to keep Lemon. He's the lightest part of this manga.
He's the
TikTok
main
star.
background character. I think he's very important, but I mean, you can't say the manga's kind of. How much arcs is left? Like 1, 2 more arcs.
Look,
Can
I'm
die now.
never gonna forget when Akane and Yamabuki got paired off by the confession tree. That was probably one of the funniest bits in the manga to this day.
True.
Is as Ibu said, when life gives you lemons. But anyways, we go back to the clock where the clock is situated now, and blood is dripping everywhere. Hanako, for some reason, he touches the blood, which is something that I always do in anime, but I don't know why. I
Well,
already know it's blood.
he's a supernatural, so it doesn't matter if he's touching the blood.
I guess.
I'd be questioning
But-
it if Nene went to touch the blood, being like, "Ooh, what's this?" And I'm like, "Stop! Don't touch the blood." But Hanako touching the blood makes more sense, especially since it's weird feeling, like floating supernatural blood.
Mhm.
Magic
So-
spear of blood.
So he touches the blood, and it starts to burn him a bit. So he says, "Ouch." And
he
Nene-
says, "Ouch."
He says, ouch.
Yeah, typical reaction, right? But but
Typical.
Nene asks if he's fine. Yeah, and he says this blood is cursed to the brim and defiled with death, and it came from a human.
And
I don't know how
again, how many people were sacrificed so that Natsuhiko could have his immortality? What happened?
Mm-hmm. That's Igusus. Anyways, cursed. So he knows the blood is cursed. And then he says, "But why would they?" And then we get cut off. I think he was about to say something important there, but you know how this manga is. Then his Hanako's reality starts to get distorted. Why would they do this? And he is a bit taken aback. He looks back at Nene. Nene is distorted. So he's like, "Yo, this blood is tripping me up. What is happening?" And And he says, we need to get out of here. Something weird is going on. So he grabs Nene. They start going down the stairs. And at this point, the clock breaks. And everything goes to the dogs.
To the dogs.
To the dogs.
Everything starts snapping. Everything starts. Reality starts getting distorted. The clock breaks into a million pieces. No way that's being fixed. So,
I
and
mean,
then we get these cool couple of panels here where everything is what do you call it? Negative?
negative,
In the
yeah.
negative?
Yeah,
Yeah, everything
inverted
is
colors.
negative now. So everything that was white was black, and everything that black was white. It looks pretty cool. Um, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how to. I don't think there's enough words that I know that can describe what's going on here.
It's really cool looking.
It's
I
cool
love it.
looking.
It is very cool looking. I will give it that.
Yeah, and Hakujoda didn't get put in a negative light, but
Well, you would.
whatever.
Yeah, it's you're not gonna do that. Hakujodai wouldn't stand out at all if they put it in negative because it would just be the outline.
It's true. But anyways, Nene is for somehow, although she's completely frozen, Hanako is frozen and still hanging on to her. She's realizes that what's happening. She can't move her body, she can't move her legs, she can't even talk. But for some reason she can breathe, but it
She,
doesn't hurt. She can't breathe, sorry.
yeah,
She can't breathe and it
she
doesn't
can't
hurt.
breathe.
And
It's good.
the
It's
same
nice to
thing
not
seems
have
to
to
be
breathe.
happening to Hanako. Yeah. And then the most terrifying panel just comes out of nowhere. Tsukasa, the last person I wanted to see. Like I tell you guys, every time I see Tsukasa, I just I just get goosebumps or something. My skin
Yeah.
starts to crawl. My skin really starts to crawl, and he just shows up like this, all free moving. No, this time
Yeah,
distortion thing,
why?
and it
Like,
doesn't affect
time
him.
distortion doesn't affect Tsukasa, apparently. I don't know what they did to
Yeah.
prepare for this so that they wouldn't be frozen along with everyone else.
Mhm.
Obviously, it does affect supernaturals, so as far as we're aware, there's no reason why Tsukasa should be free moving right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I guess
later
we
on,
need to.
Akane and Terry are free moving, so there must be something you can do.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, there
something
must be
going.
something.
You
Yeah.
can break free of it somehow, but we don't know. We don't know how yet. But there's got to be something.
Also, later on, Hanako is at least trembling, so there must be something. There must be something he can do.
It's the
But
force of
anyways,
will. You break free with the power of friendship.
Friendship.
you mean the power of love.
I think that's the power of no, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll
Power
get to
of
it, yeah.
getting cucked.
Bam. Moving on, because this is like the best part of the chapter. Anyways,
Tsukasa's always the best part of every chapter, isn't it?
It's
I don't
true.
know about that. He's the most chaotic part of the
No,
chapter.
exactly.
That's what makes it the best part of the chapter.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So Tsukasa starts laughing at Amari because he's frozen stiff, and he looks at the clock. He says, "Oh, this brings back so many memories. The clock. You remember when you were trying to fix this, Amani? You're desperately trying to get it to move, but in the end, nothing came of it. And the rumor, you can, if you move the clock hands, you can bend time to your will. But what happens when the clock is destroyed? The clock is destroyed and the school's time will never move again. So
Never again. Never, never,
mhm,
never. I don't know.
the humans, the supernaturals, yeah, all of them, never be able to lift a finger again for the rest of the
Also,
time.
can we talk about
How
these panels where he's talking about that? I can see Ko's fighting. That was expected. What happened to Mitsuba's mom?
Attacked by the supernatural
Mitsuba's with
monster things.
she
Yeah.
probably fainted or maybe she got knocked over or
I'm
something.
concerned about that
She
one.
looks beat up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she looks like she's been through a beating, and I really want to know what happened there, and I hope we get back to it like
Mhm.
really soon.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just wondering how evil do you have to how evil do you have to be to not realize what you're saying? It's it's not moral. Like It's why don't you do some self-reflection and become a better person? It's simple. But anyways,
Okay.
Okay.
the things he's saying is so evil, and he's just like smiling and saying, "Ah, yeah, that's how
He's
I mean,
life is
yeah,
now."
it's
yeah.
horrifying to think about being frozen in time, but like being conscious,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
It
not
literally
able
can't move.
to, or
Everybody is conscious. Oh, that's
yeah,
uh,
it's so freaky.
yeah.
so this they said if you want to get time starts again, it's easy. And then we learn their motivations for doing all of this, right? You
Mhm.
have to defeat the clock keepers and destroy their Rishiro. But here are the stakes. Oh, why is my phone ringing? Here are the stakes. Um, here are the stakes. If you get rid of the Rishiro, if you destroy it, your girlfriend over here, yeah, she will be destroyed too. How about that? Huh? I swear he loves playing these man games with people. But he doesn't have any idea what Tsukasa is thinking, what Hanako is thinking, and he's just laughing. He's having a grand time. And then he does the complete unexpected thing.
Oh my
What is this?
god.
What?
What? I believe my exact reaction when I reached this panel was, "What the fuck, Tsukasa?"
I was just like, huh?
What? What? And that's Hanako's face right now. It's what? What?
We're all making the same face, including Hanako.
Yeah. It's just, even Nene's face is a what?
Yeah.
And then Hanako's next face being a pretty good descriptor of my feeling about that. Just
Mhm.
a whole lot of exclamation points and question marks and just a duh, like a yeah, that gave me chills, like the ugh
Yeah,
kind of chills, like
Yeah.
yeah,
kind
it
of
did. It
kind of
really
icky.
did.
It feels icky.
It's very icky.
It's very icky. I'm sure we'll talk
Mhm.
about it more after we finish summarizing.
Mhm. So I mean, we all know what happened. Tsukasa pulled you can't move, so I'm going to kiss your girlfriend.
Oh! Oh! Anyways,
And I don't think he did it out of any sort of feelings. He just did it to mess with Akane. No, I mean
Amane.
Amane.
Yes,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
was
That's everything.
100% to mess with Amane. It's because he
Yeah.
knows Amane has kissed her, and so he wanted to just see the
Hmm.
reaction.
Yeah, and he's laughing all giddy like, "Oh, I kissed her. What are you gonna do about it?" And then he does the even worse thing of taking her away from him. He's like, "Oh yeah, she's my assistant now, so
It's
bye
Off I
bye."
go, bye. He's just left standing there, trembling, like, what just happened? What's going on? Oh,
the
poor
dots.
Hanako. All the dots.
Oh, the dots. So many words are said.
I can imagine him
Just
swearing
dots.
so loudly. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Uh,
So yeah, Hanako starts. He starts moving, guys. He starts at least trembling,
he's
and
trembling immensely
Sobbing.
and also
yeah.
sobbing. Yes.
Oh my god.
Also sobbing. But we didn't see that part until we see Teru and Akane running upstairs, wondering their target. So their target was that big clock, right? So they figure out their target. So finally they're up to speed, right? Finally Teru's up to speed. Um,
Finally.
so the note is number 7, and it's like, "What are you doing here?" Um, and he is crying the living
He's
daylight.
sobbing.
Like
Poor boy.
Poor
he's
boy.
bawling.
Even
Poor
Hakujodai is
boy.
crying. Look, you can see the little tear spots coming off the Hakujodais, both of them. Oh wow. It's I do like Akane and Teru's face though. It's like they come up and Hanako's just sobbing and Akane's face is just this deadpan like what? Like what did I walk in on? God damn. And Teru's just like, "Ooh, interesting." Oh well, hopefully they're going to unfreeze him now.
Yeah, they're going to figure out something now. And he'll be unfrozen. He's probably already unfrozen.
He's probably partially unfrozen at least because he
Yeah.
started crying. Like,
Your
Uh-huh.
willpower. Pain.
to start.
But
Akani's
yeah, that
face is
was
my face when that happened. Yeah, basically. Akani's face is a
Mhm.
good one to describe that.
But yeah. All in all, very good chapter. Very, very
Very
good.
good chapter.
Especially the
Very good
ending part.
chapter. Good job, Ida Iro. You sure
Thank
caused
you.
a stir with that one.
Many plot twists, many things I did not see
You're
happening.
just like,
Yeah,
hmm,
all of them in this
it's
one
been a
chapter.
while since I've destroyed the fandom. Hold on, I got this.
I could just imagine the two of them sitting at a table, like, "Oh, we haven't messed with them in a while, like, really messed with them. What can we do?" And then one of them slamming down the pencil, being like, "I got it. I know what we can do." The other one being like, "Isn't that going a bit too far?" And then the one that slammed down their pencil going, "No, there
never
is
too
no
far."
too far. We turned Samire into a Happy Meal."
We've got to top that,
Very
right?
got crushed.
There is no too far with Ida Iro, apparently. This is what we have discovered this chapter.
Mhm.
Of course, I already knew that.
But this so there's something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
This was when Tsukasa had mentioned that Hanako was trying to spend really like a lot of time trying to fix the clock and make the clock move again.
Yep.
Or I think that maybe one of his motivations was to try to turn back time.
Mm-hmm.
Um to say get Tsukasa back to his normal self. I'm not sure.
Maybe, but he would have been sitting there at that clock, spinning it for a long time.
Yeah.
Also, it specifically turns back time in the school. Like, it controls time in the school. So, like, would it affect anything outside the school? It
I
kind
was
of
thinking
implies
maybe
that
it
it
affects
wouldn't.
the students.
So if you left the school, you'd go back to like your normal time.
Yeah, and since Tsukasa's like thing, like his possession happened outside of the school, I don't think that's something Hanako would be able to undo by using the
Yeah.
clock keeper in the school,
Hmm.
right? That's my thought. That doesn't mean that's not what he was trying to do. I just think if that is what he was trying to do, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it would have just explained the dynamic there where Hanako was kind of just sweating his ass off and Tsukasa was there laughing at him or having a grand time and saying, oh, something about getting the clock to work.
Hmm.
Like back when we first saw them and Hanako fixing the clock.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was just my thought.
A star Nene Happy Meal next month. No, no.
That would probably be the veggie burger. Like, you know, they have the impossible
Veggie
burger because she's like a radish or something.
Yeah.
The radish flavor burger.
Radish burger. Okay. Opening the floor to questions, guys. If you guys have any questions, type them in chat and we will talk about it. Just whatever you want,
Oh,
throw
yeah.
it in there.
The countdown on Twitter.
Oh yeah, there's Twitter countdown happening again.
Yes.
Information on the anime, please.
Yes. If it's not about the reboot, I'm gonna be
Wait,
so mad.
where's that countdown? What's that countdown looking like?
It's
On,
Twitter countdown.
It's
No,
we're
like
at 5
how
right
much
now.
time is left?
Uh, what was it?
5.
5. We're at 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
5
soon.
hours?
No, days.
No, yeah,
Days.
days.
Oh, dang. I preferred hours. Anyway.
Overuse. Do you think the key will show up? Yeah, obviously.
Oh my god.
In general,
Stop it
yeah.
with that question. No. The key has no place in this chapter. What? It has no place in this arc.
It sure does. We're still talking about past things that happened. We're talking about time. We're talking about time travel, maybe.
What do you mean
Maybe.
maybe?
I don't know. They broke the clock, so right now time is just paused.
So they're going to
True,
use the key
but
to fix the clock, right? Definitely.
Yeah, the key is the solution to all these problems, obviously.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
The key's gonna solve this. I can't wait for the day when the chapter finally brings the key back into the story, and then Ness and I are gonna be here just like
I'm just happy
throwing
to be
that
on
in
that
your
podcast.
face. It's gonna be so fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I will not shut up.
It's gonna be great. I look forward to it. Ida Iro, please bring that to us soon. Hanako and Nene animated. Oh my gosh, that's pretty far down the
That's
line, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
I probably won't be alive
Unfortunate.
or something.
Yeah,
This is
true.
it's gonna be after we've died of old age.
Yeah. But
You know, speaking
I
of countdown, weren't we supposed to
mhm.
get like more stuff on the reboot like recently?
Yeah,
Like a while ago?
someone gave a date and was like, by this date there will be an announcement and we'll get information. And that date came and went and nothing
Yeah.
happened. I don't even remember what it
Yeah.
was. I think it was in July. Like,
I I'm just hoping maybe they were like a month off.
maybe they were a month off. I don't even know where they got that information. That's the funny thing about information about this specifically is that you'll look up information and then you'll find someone says something and then you can't source that. It's like
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
they'll be
What?
like, "Yeah, we're getting this coming to us," and then you try to look it up and it's like, "Where did you see this?" Oh, that's another one. It's supposed to come out 2023. You know
Yeah.
who said that? Crunchyroll said that. Only Crunchyroll said that. It was in the Crunchyroll announcement, and that's the only place I can find that. That is the source. I don't know where Crunchyroll sourced that information because none of the Ida Iro or Square Enix information said anything about a date. It's it's just
Yeah.
That's crazy.
it's
I mean,
just the
considering we've
Crunchyroll
gotten, like,
announcement.
nothing, I'm
Yeah.
like, "How's it gonna come out in 2023 when we've got, like, no information on it?"
Unless this countdown is gonna end and they like drop a freaking trailer on us, like,
Oh my
yeah, this is
god.
coming in December or whatever. That would be amazing, but I
Ugh.
don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't have my hopes up.
Yeah, Eleanor,
Alright,
I
so
don't trust Crunchyroll either. Like,
Yeah.
not with that
let's
sort of
see.
thing. But
Um, let's see if we can get back to the chapter.
oh yeah, the chapter. We were talking about that. This crazy chapter where Tsukasa just straight
What
up
are the
assaulted Nene. That happened.
oh my
That happened.
what are the implications of this now? We know Hanako has a mission. He has to get back Nene,
Yeah.
and he has to decide if he's going to get Nene to destroy the Yoshi or not.
Hmm.
I think Tsukasa is going to take Nene and he's going to guilt trip the hell out of her and tell her why she has to sacrifice herself to save the school, and Nene will fall for it. Why? Because she already we've seen how she acted in the Severance arc.
Hmm.
She was pretty okay. She wasn't
Yes.
okay with Aoi being sacrificed in
Yeah, and she was, like,
for
kind of
her.
disturbingly fine with dying.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was
Came
like
to
pretty
terms with
set to
it.
that. I I think that the broadcast trio are going to win this round. I think the Clock Keepers are gonna lose their Yorishiro.
Yeah,
One, because they can't, like, they need to resolve Nene's lifespan thing, and they can only do that by counting down to the end of that lifespan.
true.
So the Clock Keeper's Yorishiro kind of does need to be destroyed for, like, story purposes, but also for story purposes, the broadcast trio need a blatant win because like they haven't been directly responsible for a lot of the issues so far. Like they've just
Mhm.
been manipulating stuff in the background. This is the first time they've taken center stage as like the main villains that are causing this problem and forcing
Mhm.
things to happen. And I feel like they need a win to set them up as like a proper threat. Like
True,
But isn't
yeah.
this the win for them? If they get this Yoshi, the only other Yoshi that I don't have is what? Don't they have a real Yoshi?
Tsukasa's the only one left.
But that's going to be really messed up for Hanako to destroy or kill Tsukasa yet
Yeah, it is
again.
messed up. That's why I know that's gonna happen. in some
Just
way or another.
but that's already a win for them because Tsukasa is totally down for like he's disturbingly down for that. I know that. Right?
But that's also what
But
makes it such a challenge, right? It's like you have to like especially with Tsukasa like suddenly acting more of a villain, like they're really setting him up to be like quite the villain. You're not supposed to be on Tsukasa's side after this chapter.
wait, there
They
were people on Tsukasa's side?
Oh, sure there were, but you're not supposed to be after this chapter. You're supposed to be like, "Oh my god, he's crazy and a psychopath," and I hope our protagonists escape him. So yeah, it's going to be quite the conflict when you reach a point where it's Tsukasa's turn to get destroyed, but they can't do that because it will kill Nene.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Hanako and Nene may be at the point in that time in the manga where they totally want to do that. Like, they want to get rid of Tsukasa.
Oh my god, that's too much for me. I can't. That's too
Anyways,
much for me.
so they're working towards quite the emotional setup that I'm really
Oh
appreciating.
my god. Oh my god. No, that's too much. I don't want it to go that way.
That's what Ida Iro sound like when they're writing the chapter.
Yeah.
I understand, and I appreciate that because when I write fanfics and whatnot, and I set up things, that's also what
But
I
that's a
do.
fan fiction. This is canon.
Which makes
I'm
it
just saying
even
that
better.
people who are writing stories enjoy messing with their audience, and that's
And you
that's
know,
okay.
they read their reactions on like Twitter or Reddit and they just laugh at them. They just laugh. That's what I know happens.
Yeah, I know Ida Iro really like they're having fun with this, I'm sure.
Hmm. So,
Oh,
any motivations as to why Hanako was? Any other motivations that you guys have in mind as to why Hanako was trying to like mess with the clock back in his day?
why Hanako might have been messing with the clock.
Hmm.
Maybe something recent happened that he was trying to undo. We can talk about, what the heck happened to his parents.
True.
All we know is that all of them died in some sort of claimed murder suicide that happened. So,
So who killed the
Hmm.
parents?
something happened. We don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't the main theory that Tsukasa probably killed them to get Hanako to kill him or something.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the main theory,
Yeah,
but
that
it's
was yeah.
completely unconfirmed, so we don't know.
Hmm.
Ooh, Eleanor, that's a good one. To see Nene.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, true. If it was like recently after he had seen her again.
Yeah.
And then that would involve the key.
Oh,
It would
That would
involve
involve
the
the key.
key! Yes, it would bring the key back! I believe.
but why would he want to see Nene again? Then did Nene have any sort of significance to him
Well,
at
she's
that
got the
point?
key, so there's that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, maybe the
also,
key's just that important.
the key might
Then
be
is
that
that what you're saying?
important. Quite potentially. But also, like, he met Nene as a little kid and
Yeah.
totally liked her, like, so much.
Hmm.
And then met her again, except, oh no, the time doesn't match. Does it? No, because
No.
Nene
I was
getting
thinking
the
that might be a
key is
problem.
after this. It's
Yeah, yeah,
after
yeah.
him trying to fix the clock.
I remember we were discussing that too.
Oh yeah. I don't know then. It still might
That's
be
sad.
right because they did meet in the Star Festival arc.
Oh, true, yeah. It just won't be about the key.
Yeah,
Sad.
But would you turn back time just to meet your crush? Oh.
I would.
I feel like Amine was pretty close as a child.
Would you like all that sweating and grit and your brother verbally abusing you in the corner just to see your crush? Like, I don't think so.
I mean, if you've got the one person in your life that, you actually like really like and seems to be nice to you, and there's
True, like the
literally
one
only one
person.
person,
Yeah.
you may turn back time just to get back to them.
Hmm.
Oh, that'd be so sweet, but so sad.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be.
Is it confirmed that he was actually that socially inept though? Like his classmates bullied him or something like that, or he was
Yeah,
No,
you didn't have
coping?
any friends, right?
well,
Like, that was
Oh
something that
yeah,
him not having
Sushikamaru said
friends
that.
is something Suchi said, but not that he was ever bullied by his classmates, just that
yeah,
he
no,
was
yeah.
kind of
Just
isolated.
mhm.
Because he likes to talk about the moon and stuff.
The bullying
Poor
thing was
guy.
something Nene assumed.
Yeah, it
Mm.
was assumed, and it was assumed by the fandom too. That's like a running
Yeah.
theory in the fandom. I'm not on board with that. I
I don't
don't
know,
think
Nene
Yeah,
said it,
Hanako
so I
was
same,
feel like it's probably wrong.
exactly.
same.
If Nene said it, it's wrong. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Overused. More than 8 years since this manga started, and we still only have scraps of the Yugi twin backstory. At least we have more scraps than when we started 8 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Years.
I mean, since when the serve was made, we had scraps of the scraps, to be honest.
What's funny is that there were basically no significant scraps in the manga up until the point when we started the server, because when the server started, that was the Red House arc, and
Oh,
that's when
that
we
was not.
started getting more scraps of Yugi twin backstory.
Yeah, that was a little bit after the Severance arc
Yeah.
started. Yeah, that's
So
true.
we've literally just been on just this massive diet of Yugi twin scraps of backstory.
Yep.
Uh yeah,
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
waiting 8 years for all of this.
Mhm.
I would,
Oh, imagine being an OG fan.
but oh my gosh.
I'm just really, really and truly waiting for the answer to all these questions. To be honest, the why Hanako is messing with the clock.
I want to know why he was messing with the
I'm
clock.
so
I still
curious.
want to know what happened between Hanako and Tsukasa because we haven't gotten that yet. It's the one bit of their backstory. I'm like, what went down specifically between them that ended in
Well,
Tsukasa being murdered?
yeah, that's the biggest mystery, huh?
It
So,
really is. I want to
we're gonna have
know.
to wait for that one.
God
Oh
damn
yes,
it.
oh yes. Another thing I wanted to discuss. Akane and Hanako, will they fight?
Akane and Hanako.
Yes,
I'm not
clockkeepers.
sure. I'm not sure. Oh, that, like, a lot of things would have to happen for that to be the result because Akane isn't that attached to being a
I
supernatural.
feel like
Actually, he
he'd
kind of hates
be
it.
fine with, like, more than fine with, like,
Probably.
not
Yeah.
having those powers anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
Like, it's a burden for him.
he wouldn't hate losing his powers as a clock keeper, but like he might, like, if he knew that that would lead to Nene dying, he might be against it because, well, they're kind of friends, I suppose, but also she's
Kind of.
she's always best friend, so you know.
Yeah, that
That's the
matters
most
more,
important
honestly.
part.
That's more important. So
Oh
so
my
yeah,
god.
like I feel like there would have to be several things that happened in order for Akane to fight to keep his powers. Like he'd have to have a reason to want to do that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But then also there's Hanako and his conflict. Is like, is he really gonna go straight for the Yorishiro? Also, Hanako's not going to be going for the Yorishiro. Tsukasa's going to be bringing Nene straight to the Yorishiro.
Yeah,
Nene's the one
sure.
who can
Yeah.
destroy them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If anything, it's going to be Hanako, Akane, and Teru
Terror.
running after them, trying to stop them.
Yeah. That seems like what's being set up.
Yeah. Uh, we have another question. Do you think Ida Iro already know what the twins' backstory is, or are they making it up as they go?
Oh,
They
they
know.
know.
Oh, they
They
They've
know.
known this
know.
whole
Definitely know.
time.
Like,
They've known for years. Years
Yeah.
now.
the story's really tightly written in a way that you can tell that they really do have these things planned out. Like they know all their characters, they know who all their characters are, they know what their characters' stories are. Like maybe the overall plot itself, like in terms of conflicts, maybe those ones they come up with a bit more on the fly, but as far as character backstory and motivation goes, Ida Iro absolutely know all the details.
Mhm.
Which honestly is what's important when you're writing the stories. You don't necessarily need to know what your big story, like, conflicts are gonna be immediately, but you need to know your characters. You need to know their motivations.
I don't know. TBHK is so tightly written that I wouldn't doubt if they had like most of the stuff they put in planned, like
That's true.
way beforehand.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
probably do.
It's like much more tightly written than like most
All right.
things are.
Ada Euro's really impressive for that.
Hmm.
So is number one the old dude and the um
The
what's her name?
chibi.
Nikki? The chibi. Yes, the old
The,
dude and the chibi.
Chibi.
Thank you.
the old dude and the
Mirai.
chibi.
Are they just going to take this one
Kako and
sitting down?
Mirai.
Hmm?
Are they just going to take this one sitting down?
No, they've got to come back, obviously.
Mhm.
It's their Yorishiro. They have to be part of this story again. They can't just go through this arc without
No,
bringing them back.
That'd be
but
funny.
I'm saying, okay,
That would be.
imagine this situation. Tsukasa has Nene right in front of your shoe. He says, "You need to destroy this to save your school, to save your friends, to save everybody." Then they Mirai or Kaku or whatever, here's this. And they said, "Oh hell no, this is not going to go down. I'm not going to go. This is not going to go down in history, right?" So
I think
they need to do something there.
I think
They have to do something.
I think Chibi Mirai won't care that much. I don't think she's gonna
Yeah.
jump to attention being like, I must stop this, but Kako absolutely would. He's more of a
Yeah.
guy that's like he was kinda portrayed as being like pretty duty bound.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he's very likely to step up and be like, no. Like the miraculous gift. He's gonna step up and go, no,
No.
no,
Well, when you're the
Tsukasa, no,
Tsukasa. No. That was me during this chapter, actually.
Tsukasa, no.
It's even a kiss. It's the same context.
It is. Oh my god.
Tsukasa.
At, le-
No.
at least in Miraculous, it was a consensual kiss.
Oh god.
Oh
I
my
love that
gosh.
video so much.
Gonna be referencing it for the rest of my life. There's a theory that Amane lost his temper in a taxu since Hanako regretted what he did so much. Yeah, I don't like that theory. I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's too simple.
It is way too simple, and Hanako hasn't really demonstrated that he's had like a temper, you
Yeah,
know?
anger issues.
Like
Mhm.
he's got trust issues. He, has
He's
a
got
bad
lying issues.
habit of taking on all the burden himself and not relying on the people around him and like not being extremely stubborn, but he hasn't really had temper problems.
Yeah. And it
So,
makes sense
Mhm.
that he wouldn't rely on the people around him, considering all his life he didn't have anyone to rely on.
yeah, all he had was Tsukasa, who was, not
The most unreliable person ever.
literally the most unreliable person there. So, yeah.
No, he is like, I think you can rely on Tsukasa, but he will purposely mess things up just to mess with you.
You
That's
can
how you
rely on
can't rely
Tsukasa
on
to
him.
be unreliable.
Yeah.
Like he will make you think that he's reliable, and then just yeah.
Yeah, you can rely on
Tsukasa
him to be unreliable.
Tsukasa is reliably unreliable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can maybe use that, but Tsukasa's almost too smart to be able to use that against him.
Yeah.
And he's that frustrating level of smart where you think he's just a kid that's like not like paying that close attention, but actually he's a lot smarter than he lets on. And he's got
Mhm.
everyone dancing in the palm of his hand, actually.
To be
Yeah.
honest, the kiss alone just gives it away.
Ugh. Every time I think back to it, my skin crawls.
Right.
Well, anybody else got questions? Go ahead. Ask us anything. Go ahead, post
Yeah.
questions in the
Eleanor
chat.
asked, "What's number one's your hero?" I mean, for a while we thought it was a clock. It wasn't. So
It is clearly not the
Yeah, we have
clock.
no idea.
Yeah. Which is interesting because it means there's going to be a story behind it, and I want to know what the story is behind their Yorishiro. If there's just,
True.
we still don't know if there's just one Yorishiro, if there's a different one for each of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd assume it's one because it's one per wonder.
hmm
Mhm.
Overused. Can't believe we live in an era where the Tsunene kiss is canon. I'm. I was,
Well, I think Hanako needs to kiss her again and like undo that or something.
absolutely, because as one of these kids pointed out earlier, the Tsunene kiss was more detailed in
It
its
was
drawing than the Hana Nene kiss.
very intentionally.
So we definitely need a Hana Nene kiss again to rectify that.
At least Hanako got the first one.
Hanako did get the first one. Good for him. He at
Congratulations.
least beat her out on that. But like, why? Why did the Tsunade kiss have to be more detailed?
Because Iro loves making us suffer.
I was
That's the whole point.
I like threw my hands up in the air because the whole theory around why we got a distant shot initially with Hana Nene is that it's like hard to draw like two people kissing. It's like kisses are really hard to draw, guys. So they did a distant back shot just to give it framing and whatnot because they couldn't make it look good. And then they freaking do this and they show actually we can draw a kiss. We just decided to do it distant shot. Like, well, okay then. Thanks for nothing.
No, it's just they want you to suffer.
We got not one, not two, but three angles of the
It's
scene.
like
Did we actually? Was there three angles of that?
Yes, there are
yes,
three
yes,
angles.
three angles, yes.
There are
My
three.
God!
Yeah, Ida's like, I'll draw anything if it's for the purpose of suffering.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, they did!
Yeah.
Ugh! I love how each
Uh.
angle is a different reaction from a different character. We've got angle 1, Hanako reaction. Angle 2, Nene reaction. Angle 3, Tsukasa.
Ida's so real for that.
Wow. Of course they did.
I've never
Well-
seen an author that likes torturing their fans more.
I have, but
Crazy.
I've never known an author that enjoys torturing their fans and is actually good at writing.
Okay, yeah. Specifically of a story that I would read.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with authors that torture their fans by being like bad authors intentionally.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna make this story awful, and people are gonna suffer, and it's gonna be great. But Ida Iro is like, we're gonna make this story great, and people are gonna suffer. And it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's Ida Iro in a nutshell, and they're very good at it.
I'm just like, I'm suffering, but this is so good, but I'm not gonna stop reading, but it just brings me pain.
It's a toxic relationship. My relationship with this manga is not a healthy one, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, since it's good, I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
Oh my god. We sound like some kind. I think we all need help. Like we all need therapy or something.
We need TBHK fandom group therapy.
Kay needs therapy.
Rider Ear was going to torture us with the Tsunade kiss. They wanted to maximize the suffering. They are
That was
maximizing the suffering.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. That's the point. It's like
Oh,
a close-up
wait.
Hananene kiss would make us suffer. What's the point? It'll bring us great joy, which is not the purpose of this manga.
I mean, the only reason
you-
they gave
wait,
us
hold
the
on.
joy. Yeah.
I have one more question. Although it kinds of diverge from the whole kissing thing. What will happen to the people who were turned into Sakura tree demons?
I'm hoping they'll be reverted to normal. I hope. It would be kind of excessive even for this manga if after all of this like a huge chunk of the student body are just dead as a result of this.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the-
mean, there was the one chapter where everyone became zombies and that got reverted. So
So I'm
Oh,
assuming it's
I'm
going to
sure
be
it can
okay,
be
yeah.
fixed.
I mean, we didn't think that things after the Severance arc would go back to normal, and somehow they managed that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we are going to go back to normal eventually. Like there's no way they're going to not reverse this, right? There's no way.
I mean, Terror probably has some sort of solution for it, like he did for the zombie thing.
He probably does. That's Teru's purpose in this manga, actually. It's
Just to
just
figure out solutions to
having
problems.
having the solutions. Maybe not
And then
executing the
not,
solutions
yeah, and then
himself,
not.
but he has the solutions.
Teru, at this point, Teru's basically a hero.
It was
Like,
I
he's
think
a
the only
healer.
time he executed the solution was in Moke of the Dead.
mhm.
He just
Yeah, it
needed
was
Nene's
mostly the
help,
dead.
but he did like help execute it
He did something.
properly.
He was also just the solution bringer when it came to the Severance arc. It's like, I've got a hand. Everybody have some hand
Everybody
pizza.
eat. Eat the hand.
Now we can go into the boundary. So Teru
Finally,
there.
some good fucking food. It's fucking raw.
Do you wonder why no one in this school questions the supernatural mishaps? It is kind of weird that all this stuff happens and they just have the typical, ooh, supernatural things, everybody runs screaming. This is weird, I guess. But I don't know, maybe they're just used to it.
That's funny.
Why did they even turn them into trees when they're gonna freeze time? That's because, well, the turning them into
The
trees was
distraction.
to distract all the people that would stop them from going to the clock and freezing time.
Mhm.
So that was the actual point of it. The turning into trees was the distraction for doing the thing they actually wanted to do. And that was a lot of trouble to go through for a distraction. That's literally the payoff from the frickin' picture perfect arc finale. Like,
Yeah, literally just a distraction for, to like cause the actual conflict of
Wait,
this
all
arc.
this is related to what May did, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I completely forgot that.
We finally found that out, and it's literally just for a distraction.
yes. We've been wondering about it for so long too. We just come
It's so
back. It's
funny
like,
because
this
it
is
was
what
just
they did.
it was a distraction for us too.
Ha ha ha. We got played.
Oh, out of your geniuses.
Yep. They didn't they didn't turn them into trees. That wasn't the point. They were distracted by fighting the trees.
Yeah. I'm
They're
surprised that
playing.
Teru and Akane made it upstairs here.
It is impressive that they managed to actually get there, but clearly they didn't get there in time because Nene's already been
Nope.
kidnapped.
Well, the clock's already broken and all that.
Guys, Nene got kidnapped again. How many times in a
Wow.
row is this?
By the
lot.
same person.
It's like I'm just noticing that Nene getting nabbed by supernaturals is like a consistent trend that happens every single time.
Don't forget the time she got turned into a fish and got kidnapped.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago, and that's fine, whatever. She got out of that one. But like just like
She got out of
recently,
all of them. What keeps happening?
recently the Red House arc she gets nabbed by the supernaturals, and the sleepover arc she got nabbed by number 6. She, poor Nene. Poor Nene's being the damsel in distress way too much. I'm feeling for Hanako even more now because it must be so frustrating to have your assistant constantly being taken away from you.
It's funny
Don't
because
you see
Hanako
how
was
much?
one of the people who
Don't
kidnapped her
you see
that
that
one
he's
time.
crying?
He
Don't
kidnapped
you
her
see
that one
he's
time.
crying?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Can't go
He's
one day without
literally
getting
crying
kidnapped.
from like
Never letting go of
heartbreak
the
and
picture
stress.
perfect arc.
For people who watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, Nene is the Mokuba of this story. That's what's going on. And that sucks. Kanagi Happy Meal. Well, guys, predictions for the next chapter?
Hanako is going to stop. He's not going to stop crying.
He's gonna keep crying the entire chapter.
That would be a lot.
He's gonna be sobbing. Oh,
Nah,
God.
he'll pick himself back up since Akane.
Oh,
So I
God.
don't think he meant for anybody else to see like this.
Oh, definitely
So
not.
he's going to stop crying.
I want a Hanako Akane Teru team up now.
Yes.
Because it'll be
These three
fun.
people who all hate each other.
The funny thing is
Exactly!
Love it.
they were fighting 2 arcs ago. It's funny.
Exactly!
Yeah, that's what makes it great.
This
Oh, I
really
love it.
recently these two had like a freaking death match, and now they've got to team up. I want them to team up. I'm so looking forward
Yes.
to it. I'm especially looking forward to like Teru and Akane like forcing Hanako to sit down and explain some things about what's going on with Tsukasa. But
Interrogation time.
I don't know
In
how much
in
they're going to
in
interrogate him. Really,
in
Do
Akane
they
should have the
know about
info.
Tsukasa?
interrogation?
Oh, ah ha ha ha. That was a good one.
Whoa. But do they even know about Tsukasa?
Yes, at this point, they definitely
Yeah.
do.
I think that's high incompetence on Teru's part to not know about Tsukasa until now.
Not
be
until
honest.
like he did find out about Tsukasa recently, but I'm not sure he knew about Tsukasa before the severance.
Yeah.
There was really no indication that he knew that Tsukasa and Hanako were two separate beings.
Yeah. I remember it was weird in the anime they had like Teru actually be on to like that whole thing. Like he was on to like the broadcast trio.
Oh
Which is
yeah,
so weird because that
Yeah,
wasn't a
for
thing in the manga.
that's
I
true.
was
That
like, why'd
wasn't a
they
thing in
do
the
that?
manga. It's like my memory tells me that Teru was on to them, but it's like nah, that was just an anime
Yeah, it's
thing.
just an anime thing.
Huh.
it's true.
So yeah, I don't think he knew Tsukasa existed. I think he just thought they were one being, and eventually he found out he was wrong.
Teru being wrong.
Yeah, it's like
Never.
by the time Nene and Ko get back from the Red House, we know for sure that Teru knows about Tsukasa because they explained to him. It's like, hey, we met Hanako's twin brother. Tsukasa was a thing. He was in this house. Like,
Yeah.
so we know for sure Teru knows. Teru Hanako Akane group therapy. Yes, that's what's gonna happen next chapter.
What a disaster.
It's exposure therapy.
I don't know. I just imagine like Akane and like yelling at Hanako and Teru just standing off to the side like, this
Not
is good.
standing off to the side,
I'm
with his
entertained.
playing with his sword ominously, like just holding it in a way that's like, I'm gonna use this soon.
Just smiling.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Imagine if everyone's saying Hanako was evil. The mistaking Sue for Hanako.
Oh my god.
Imagine if they were trying to seal Tsukasa, but they accidentally sealed Hanako.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's
That'd be
what's
really
actually
funny.
happened, but it would be funny.
Yeah. Considering Hanako's
I don't-
reaction that one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sees Hanako indirectly admitted that he did go wild once and he
Yeah.
had to be stopped, but it would be hilarious if that happened.
And since Teru's already racist, he's like, oh, all these supernaturals are the same.
Yeah. Well, we got any other predictions for the next chapter?
Other than the team up, I
Group
do
therapy.
still group therapy. I don't know if that whole thing with your Tsukasa trying to manipulate your Yashiro to destroy the Yoshiro will happen yet, but I'd say within the next 2 chapters. Maybe we'll see Shikamori and Yako's reaction to all this. So
That'd be cool. I am predicting that we will
please.
not go to Nene and Tsukasa right away.
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Mostly because now that I'm thinking of the trend of Nene getting kidnapped in the past few arcs, we don't usually follow Nene immediately after she gets kidnapped. Usually we follow the people dealing with the fact that Nene got kidnapped for a chapter or two, and then we swap over to what's Nene up to.
Yeah, it's interesting. We only have 2 real perspectives right now. I guess we could see what Sakura and Natsuhiko are up to, but probably not because they want to keep them mysterious.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
always.
And oh gosh, this whole kidnapping that just happened is so goofy. Just seeing the panels, it's so goofy. Are you sure they're going to ignore Nene for a while?
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm pretty
Just
sure they're
picks
going
her
to
up
ignore
and is
Nene.
like, bye.
compared to the other kidnappings, Nene was genuinely terrified, but I don't know what is happening right now.
It's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steele.
Literally. Oh my gosh.
Literally, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Uh, yeah. I'm not expecting we'll follow them, but my track record with predicting Ida Iro stuff is really bad. So
Really bad.
I don't expect that I'm gonna be right. It's just what I'm predicting at this point.
I'm not good either. I'm not good at this either, so.
No, I don't think anyone is.
Well, we're over an hour now. I think it's almost time for us to wrap this up. Does anyone have comments that they want to throw into the chat before we do so?
Sue carried her like a sack of potato.
That's a good comment to throw in there at the end of this podcast. I'll give them a moment. When's our
Oh,
the chapter's early next month, right?
Yes, 15th.
The 15th,
that's
which means
great.
the 14th for us.
14th
That's
for
like
us.
really early.
Yes, super early. It's like the earliest they usually do it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's we'll be back for 106 before our usual time, I guess.
Exciting.
But yeah,
Veggie burger.
Nene Veggie Burger. Well, if we're gonna wrap up this on Nene Veggie Burger, I'm okay with
Nene
that.
Fish
How
burger.
Nene Fish Burger.
Fish sandwich.
Oh yeah, she's a
All right, guys. Nene Fish Burger. Back next month for the 14th for the Raws, and sometime shortly after that for the next podcast. Maybe I don't know if we'll do it in the morning again. We got a lot of activity this time.
We did. I
That's
feel like we should do it in the morning more often.
It's like really popular. If it works, we'll try and make it work because this
Yeah.
this appears to be a popular time to do this, and we still got Eleanor and KG. We got our usual people at this time,
Yeah.
so it
And
seems
I
to
saw
work.
Emu after
Leo
a long
Nene.
time.
Yeah. So it was really fun to see everybody that hasn't been here in a while, and thanks a lot for joining, guys.
Yes.
Oh
Thanks
yeah,
for coming.
Brandy just woke up. So.
We'll see everybody
What an
next
idiot.
month. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye guys.